Hey everybody, welcome to Elite Dangerous Road to Release. I have been counting down the days and I expect that you have been too. Elite Dangerous full release comes out tomorrow. Which way do I point? I don't know. It's coming out tomorrow. For the last 7 days we have been going through all of the various starter options for depending on when you got into the Kickstarter special, what editions of Elite Dangerous you've bought or whatever might make a difference as far as where you start. But I think the vast majority of people are going to start right here. The lowly Sidewinder, a new commander, a random federal system, and 100 credits in their pocket. I think 100 credits is just barely enough to buy a cheeseburger in the Elite Dangerous world. So we're going to get you started in figuring out how to make money with this very humble beginning. It may seem like these other options that have all this, like, here's a new commander, this guy starts off with 500 credits. Imperial Bounty Hunter, this guy starts off with an Eagle, which is a fairly decent ship upgrade. Federal Trader, this guy starts off with a stock Cobra and about 2,000, well, $1,000 in cargo and $1,000 in cash. Here's a Pirate, which has highly upgraded weapons. Explorer with $3,000 in cash. So all these kind of things might seem a little daunting or a little bit unfair with all these people getting these crazy head starts. But if you've been watching all of my other videos, you'll know that it isn't that big of a head start. In fact, some of these head starts are really, really small. So we're going to start off just like most people are with the new commander, random federal system, 100 credits, and a stock Sidewinder. And we can see how that works. Start off in open play. Alright, Elite Dangerous is coming out tomorrow. If you haven't already, watch all of the tutorials that I made on how to operate your brand new Sidewinder. It includes everything like figuring out how to launch, how to dock, how to deal with Coriolis starports or any starport that has those little toaster slots that you gotta fly through. How to use all these controls for your ship and stuff like that. I will be starting off a Let's Play tomorrow when Elite Dangerous comes out. And I'll be going over this stuff again at that point as well. Pretty much assuming that no one has actually played the game. I always assume, especially in complex games, that people haven't completely figured it out yet and can use advice in anything. So that's kind of my starting point. But the game comes out tomorrow. I'm giving you a preview here. This is a preview build from a little while ago, so some of the game may have changed by this point, but I can expect, with the exception of bugs being fixed, that the game is going to be relatively the same as it is right now. So we're starting off at Treshov Port. It's a randomly chosen port at Ayabiko National's Ayabiko system. It's a democracy, some agricultural system or other. And we can see in the navigation that there's some other ports, a couple of Coriolis starports. Well, I'm not sure if they're Coriolis starports, but they're starports nonetheless. So there's some places we can go and to find some action to get started here if we need to. But the first thing I'm going to do is take a look at our starport services, see what we have here on the bulletin board. Good rates of pay available for easy work. Well, here's a 427 here's a 427 biowaste delivery to a place in the same system. Like, I don't even need to leave this star system. We're going to go ahead and get through our pre-flight checklist here. I'm skipping ahead. I have my controls customized. By default, W and S is forward and back, or throttle up and throttle down. But since I have a throttle on my joystick, I am actually using W and S for thrust up and thrust down. That way I have full 6 degrees of control. Okay, so we start in one of these outposts, which just dumps you into open space. It doesn't have any big fancy docking or anything. And we need to set biowaste to Heisheng. There it is. 289 light seconds this away. So this game is coming out tomorrow. We are going to fly away from the station at maximum speed. I'm assuming in these videos that you've either watched my tutorials or you just are looking at a preview of the game and you aren't looking for a whole lot of information. I'm just going over the starting kits, all the different starting options that all the different commanders might have. No fire zone left. Let's go ahead and kick up the hyperdrive or the frameshift drive.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
And this particular start option is the most humble of them all. A Sidewinder and barely 100 credits to rub together. But one quick delivery. If you watched the last episode, and if you haven't, I suggest you go watch it. In fact, you can click somewhere on the screen. I'll put a thing up, like there, to go and actually watch the previous episodes. You can see that they start off with 500 credits. Ooh! But I don't even have to leave the system, and I'm making 500 credits. So that much of a head start is nothing. Absolutely nothing. I might accidentally trip over 500 credits if I find an undiscovered signal source. We've got a little haulage within the same system, going to Heisheng. Once I get there, there might be another mission. Who knows? I didn't mention it in any of the previous videos, but if you look around at all these stars, every single one of them is a place you can go and visit. That just blows me away. Even that nebula. That's the Orion Nebula. It's a big famous nebula. You can go there and check it out, and it's filled with stars. You can go fly to every single one of the stars in the nebula. Do I go check out this unidentified signal source? No. I'm tempted to overfly Heisheng and go check out the unidentified signal source. But I'm not. And the reason I'm not is because if you want to survive an unidentified signal source, there's just as much of a chance of it being combat as anything else. You have to go through the combat training scenarios and get pretty darn good at handling your ship. Because you're in a Sidewinder, it's got 2 loned pulse lasers, and they do damage. I mean, they're pretty devastating against on a small ship, but especially against a pilot who doesn't know what they're doing. But if you're the pilot that doesn't know what you're doing, you can be ripped apart pretty darn quickly before you even know what's happening to you. So go through the single combat scenarios. Learn how to navigate, learn how to dock. Check out my video tutorials on all those. They're on my channel. I think they're on a separate, because they're going to be on a separate playlist. I think they're on a separate playlist for just the tutorials. And yeah, they cover all the operations, like how to use all these menus, how to use the power distribution cluster you see me messing around with on the right hand side here, how to fight, how to navigate, how to dock. And I will be going over those all again as I get into the full Let's Play. But right now, I'm just trying to get myself into this entry port. And another ship has scanned me for crimes. So when you're flying into the starport here, you got to make sure you're matching its rotation. And a Sidewinder doesn't matter because it's such a tiny ship, it literally just can go in any direction. But if you start flying any bigger ships... Whoa, shoot. Also, don't be an idiot like me. And remember to ask for docking clearance before actually flying into the station. Okay, docking privileges restored. Orbis starport. Flying in. Yeah. Generally, I contact the station when I'm 7.5 kilometers away, so I already have my docking port assigned and everything. I just forgot. Got too busy chatting. Okay, landing gear down. Angle down on pad 21. Back it up. I overflew the thing. Back up, back up. Okay. Little bit of a rugged landing. Not too bad though. $2 to buy some fuel. Go to the bulletin board and turn in our first mission, which is giving us 427 credits. And, oh, here we go. We have a $4,000 or $3,300 haulage. They're going to pay us 3,300 credits to the Sigaru system. So, Sigaru. 5.98 light years away. And in about 2 missions, we'll have made 3,800 credits. So even on a lot of those other ships that start off with 1,000 or 3,000 credits in the bank, that really isn't much of a head start whatsoever. In the last episode, I started off with 500 credits. And the same Sidewinder, and it literally took me an hour to find my first official job. I had stumbled over an unidentified signal source along the way, collected a 1,000 credit bounty, explored an unexplored system, and scanned some stuff, which is also a way to make money. Speaking of which, make sure one of the first things you do is go in and set your basic discovery scanner to number 2 in your primary fire group. What that means you can do is when you're in any system that you have not explored, you can use the basic discovery scanner to locate stars and planets in your vicinity, and then turn and face them, and your main scanner, which is over here on the left, will begin scanning them. And that information can be brought back to any station and sold at Universal Cartographics for some more money. So that's a great revenue stream, doing exploration of places that you haven't been to. Obviously, bulletin board missions is a great place to start. Usually that's the very first place I go is bulletin board missions. I kind of forget to go exploring, that I can actually make money that way. Bam! Okay, as I was saying, bulletin board missions and unexplored space, which is what we're in right now, are great ways, or your best ways to get started, actually. So we're going to go ahead and slow right down and then face this star. Okay. We're going to face the star. We're going to target the star, and we're going to scan it. And now that I bound that discovery scanner, you might have seen it a bit, hopefully you saw it when I used it before. I turned on the scanner like this. It's not going to identify anything new, but it does a scan of the area and identifies a whole bunch of stuff. These are probably all mining belts, except for this one. That is going to be a planet. It's way over there. Also, there's this Hui Mines place, which is a dead giveaway. Alright, we're being interdicted. As long as this doesn't aim towards the sun, you want to face this blue thing. Just keep your nose on that, and eventually the interdiction will stop. Interdiction is like being pulled over, but you never know if it's a cop or someone more nefarious trying to give you a hard time. So if you're starting off with a humble Sidewinder like I am, You don't want any of that noise. I am going to go to this here unidentified signal source, or this here thing. This unexplored thing. Nope. I was hoping that one of these was a planet. But it's not. That's okay. So now, we're going to punch it. I'll give you guys a head start on how to do some exploration. We know that there are planets over here because there's a space station over here and freaking interdictions. And in order for a space station to be present, it has to be orbiting a planet. So we have some undiscovered planets over there to hang out, to take a look at, and moons, and all of that information, all of that data is worth money. If you're starting off with the lowly Sidewinder, it's worth a lot of money compared to what you have. But another thing you can do, watch this very carefully, is look around your viewports. And if you see... Whoa, we are hauling butt right past this place. Okay, as I fly by, I am going to kick on the Discovery Scanner, which identifies 5 new astronomical objects, and we can begin exploring and scanning them. So I'm going to slow right down. And that audio that we're hearing right now is just a glitch from the previous failed interdiction attempt. So, now we're scanning this planet and all of its moons. And we can dock and turn in that information for some cash, along with our 3,300 credit mission. So that is all audio glitch. Just a bug that's going to be that should be resolved by release. All these places are within scanning distance. It makes it super convenient. So all I did was I used the Discovery Scanner to locate all these places, and now I'm just targeting them one by one and turning to face them, and my ship's main scanner does the rest. This one's going to take a little bit of flying too before I can start scanning it, and then we'll go and dock at the station and turn this information in. So yeah, it's pretty funny. I mean, it's a little bit of the luck of the roll of the die. If you find yourself in a pretty terrible starting position with your Sidewinder, just clear your save and start over again. It's no big deal. Yesterday it took me an hour to get anywhere. This time it's taken me, what, 15 minutes? 15, 20 minutes? Okay, let's go dock. Okay, we're closing in on Hui Mines.
Docking request granted.
And we have asked for docking permission. I know I go really fast with these menus. I've been doing it for so long and so often that I just fly through them. But you know, you go over here to your left menu, change tabs to contacts, press space, select the, ask for docking permission thing, and then that's how you dock. I will be going over again that in more detail when I start my official Let's Play tomorrow. I will, of course, keep all of my other Let's Plays and Let's Previews and stuff like that on record for posterity
Landing gear deployed.
for all the beta builds, but I should stick an annotation on all of them to start watching my official Let's Play series starting tomorrow. Well, I don't know when my first episode will be released exactly. I imagine it'll be released on Wednesday. I'm going to want it to be as close to the actual release date as possible. Anyway, we'll figure all that out tomorrow when the game comes out. Oh no, I spent 26 credits in fuel. Bulletin board. They want my scrap for 3,000 credits. And there's another haulage right away to go to someplace else. But I'm going to actually go to Universal Cartographics and sell this data that I found. So there's 2,053 data. And all I did was use the stuff provided on my Sidewinder for free to scan some celestial bodies, stars and planets and moons and stuff. And we now have 5,924 credits in not even a half an hour of playtime, which is way better than we were doing with our quote-unquote head start of 500 credits in the previous thing. So I wouldn't be too hung up if you are about all these other people having seemingly unfair advantages with their big fancy ships and stuff like that. You know, we kicked into the Kickstarter campaign, so we get to have a little bit of fun, but at the end of the day, since it's not a PvP game, I mean, there is PvP in it, but in all the flying I've been doing, I haven't seen any of it in weeks, actually. You don't really need to worry about racing against other players, so kick back, enjoy, use whatever startup kit you have available that sounds like the most fun. Myself, I am going to go with the pirate career. Actually, I'm not going to make it a career. I'm going to choose the pirate option as my starting option. Basically, I start off with an upgraded Cobra Mark III that has upgraded weapons, upgraded cargo capacity, but its problem is it has a 5,000 credit bounty in Federation systems. So I'll have to figure out how to get some work initially, enough work to pay that off without pissing off the Federation too much more, because they'll be wanting my hide for a 5,000 credit bounty. So that'll be a pretty interesting start. I'll be in a quote-unquote dangerous sector in space, some independent station or other. It might be a rebel pirate base, who knows. But I'm really looking forward to getting this thing started off tomorrow. I can't wait, actually. I've been counting down the days and doing one of these new videos every single day, showing off every single start option that there is, except for I lumped together all the Kickstarter ones into sort of one showing, my very first one, because essentially they're all the same as these options, but you start in the Founders World, which only Kickstarter people have access to, and 4,000 credits, I think it was 4,000 credits in cash, as opposed to whatever the default amount of cash is. And as you saw, once again, 4,000 credits worth of cash is nothing. It took me less than a half an hour to get 6,000 credits worth of money with a couple of missions, a couple of bulletin board missions, a little bit of discovery, and I haven't even fought anybody and picked up a bounty along the way. I might have, very easily found a 5,000 credit bounty. And with my piloting skills, I'd have no problem taking apart a Cobra Mark, an NPC Cobra Mark III with a 5,000 credit bounty on him. So I'm kind of rambling on. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys online. If you're interested in being a friend of mine online, like this lumberjacker guy is, look for Ether Dragon. That's my my in-game handle, and I'll be happy to chat with you, happy to feature you guys in my Let's Plays. If you have a microphone set up, we can get a voice chat going, and if I'm doing a Let's Play at the time, we'll say hello and get you mentioned on my channel and stuff like that. So until tomorrow, I am definitely saying keep flying and stay shiny. I'm really looking forward to Elite Dangerous finally being out. I've only waited maybe 30 years for it or so. Um, the one start option that looked really appealing as well was the independent trader, because if go watch that episode, it's really good. You start in Lave, which is where you started originally in the 1984 game. You start in a Cobra Mark III with 2 pulse lasers, and that's exactly what you started in with in the 1984 game, I think. And you only have 100 credits to your name, so the first thing you gotta do is go to the bulletin board and find a job. And if you can't find a job, maybe go do some bounty hunting or some discoveries, because you have a basic discovery scanner. So it's a pretty fun starting thing. You start buried deep in Federation space, and the Federation are kind of wankers. Have no shame in saying it. Always trying to pull you over and scan you, make sure you don't have any illicit cargo or any warrants. Like, they pull you over all the time. There are system authority vehicles all over the place. I prefer to avoid the Federation space if I can, which is why I'm looking forward to the pirate career. Or not the pirate career, but the pirate starting point. I will actually hopefully build up enough money to pay off the Federation bounty, but it's a sort of, imposed handicap that comes along with that particular startup with the upgraded Cobra Mark III. And I'll be featuring my fancy paint jobs on my ships and everything. So, yeah, I've been rambling on and on and on. I just sitting here looking at this. Can't wait until tomorrow when Elite Dangerous comes out. I hope you guys are looking forward to it too. The Mac beta should be starting almost immediately after release. I don't know exactly when that's going to be happening. I don't have a Mac, so I won't be, but I'll be following it in the forums to see how things are going. And then all the Mac users will be joining us in this same shared universe and stuff like that. So, look for me online. Once again, keep flying, stay shiny. See you tomorrow. Bye.